Hello there, this is Anthony Johnson, and this is another installment of the data engineering series. So we have a task here. So as you see on the screen, we have a table with one column called locality. The table is called locality codes. This is how we want our data formatted. I only want double digits. Even though it's a char value, we only want, and these are technically numeric values, but we have them as char. So as far as storage. So we want them to be double digits. Now let's look at our Excel sheet. We get this Excel sheet ingested as far as like in a fictional company. Say you get this and ingested into your system, and it puts it in, but typically you want it to be in a specific format. So we are going to attack that through a combination of SSIS configurations. So we're actually going to close this because we, as you see, these 1, 2, 3, all the way down to 0. We want to have a 0 in front of those. We want to append a 0 in front of them. So let's begin. So we're in our control flow, data flow task, double click. We want to go to our sources. We want our Excel source because we're using an Excel sheet. This is where our data is coming from. We hit new. We browse to our file. We select that file. In a real world environment, you would just set this, you would set the file path to the specific folder and what's supposed to be there. Alrighty. So now we come down here and we select our tab that we're reading our data from. And that's if you're my daughter in the background. I apologize. Okay, so we click on columns and we have our column there. Go back to connection manager and hit preview. And as you can see, same data as from the Excel sheet, so everything is written correctly. So now we're done with that. We are going to go to grab a data conversion. Grab a data conversion here. And we are going to select our column. We can keep it that for now, copy of locality. We want to switch this, make sure we change this to a string data type. I'm going to place it for 4. Why did I place it for 4 as far as the length? If we go here, we want to be as close as possible. If we go here, we see that our locality column is a data type of char4. So that is the reasoning behind that. So we have that. Now we grab our derived column, connect that. We are going to call this, actually not. We're going to actually just keep a new column because we don't want this to actually populate. Let's delete that and come back and do it again. Okay, derived column name is just going to be called locality for expression. Okay, yep, there we go. So that's why, because you have to select the proper column. Okay, so now we set up for string. So, that's okay, baby. Now we begin. Daddy almost done. Okay, so we go up here, string functions. Oh, not yet. We actually go to typecast. We go here. We want to be a length of 2. Then we come here, open and close parentheses. We're gonna go inside of those, and then we're gonna go and grab our string function, which is a length. We're gonna replace our character expression. Okay, replace this. We're actually gonna replace that. Okay, I do need the additional parentheses, my apologies. We're gonna replace that with a copy of locality. Then we're gonna come on the outside of there and do equals 1. So this signifies that if it's a single value inside of that column, we want to We want to, be flagged or signaled about that, and then we want to append our 0 to it. So this is how we append our 0. Zeros signified with 2 single quotes around it, plus for our concatenation. We take our column name there. It's okay. Almost done, literally. Then we put our colon, and then we grab our column name again. And we are done there. Last but not least, grab our ADL.NET destination. We are going to configure this. Select new, select new. This is located in my test DB. So we hit refresh for server name. So you can have your appropriate server name. In a real world environment, it's probably gonna have a multitude of server names. So always make sure you hit refresh just in case a new server is created. And I think you just have to hit refresh in general. Because if you hit the drop down, depending on how you have it configured, I know I always had to hit refresh in order to generate the server name. So now we look for our database. As I mentioned before, it's testDB. So now we got that, test our connection. Everything is in place. Hit OK. So now we click on our database. So that's selected. Now we're going to select our table name, which is locality codes. Now we have to properly map it. Okay, so what we're going to do here is copy of locality to our targeted column. Then we run start or press start to start a debugging process. Takes a little second, a couple seconds. Still buffering. So if we go here and execute that, still have 13 values. The package hasn't executed yet. Okay. Hey, sorry guys. For some reason that package certainly crashed my it just closed out. Like it just totally crashed in general. It didn't crash my laptop per se, but just the whole program crashed. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna just reconfigure this, and opposed to putting it inside the environment, we are actually just going to use a multicast, and we're just gonna use a multicast just to show that it will work. Okay, it's the same source, nothing really changed. So now we're gonna go here, go to common. We're gonna do a data conversion. Probably should have did this in general, but that's fine. We will get it going. Change this to 4, as I showed earlier in the video. The column is char 4. So now we have that. Ooh, now we're gonna use a derived column. And let's see here. For our derived column, we are going to use the copy locality. And as you see, when we select it, the data type is string. The derived column name, it can stay copy of locality, that's fine. So now where the fun begins, putting our formula together. So typecast, we go grab our DT WSTR again. For the length, we are going to do 2. Space, open and close parentheses. Now we're going to go to data type, or string functions, I should say. My apologies. We're going to bring that here, place it inside the open and close parentheses. We are going to replace this character expression with copy of locality, our derived or our converted column. Then we are going to do equals 1, signifying that if it's a single value in there, we want to trigger that. And then once we identify, well, not trigger, we want to identify if it's a single value, then we want to append a 0 to it. So question mark and or conditional, we are going to do double quotes 0 0 double quotes. My apologies, I had hit the parentheses. Then we do plus copy of locality, which is our column name, colon, and then we place our column name there again. This is signifying, let's go over the code again. This is saying we want to convert this, we're converting this whole little expression essentially to a string. We wanted to convert it to a string data type. So now we're saying if the length, let me move that cursor out the way, if the length of the column, the values in the column, it equals to 1, then we want to append a 0 in front of it. 0 concatenate plus column name. Else, if it's not, if it's a double value, if it's a double value inside of that column, then we just want it to remain the same as is. So we hit OK. Then we go grab our multicast, connect that, and then we just put our data viewer on it. Enable data viewer, and then we run our package. Hopefully we don't have any errors here. For some odd reason, it's not responding. I think this is a lighter workload though, so we should have some type of output here shortly. Fingers crossed. Okay, looking like we are moving. We having better progress than we had the last time. Okay, there we go. And as you can see, it was converted to copy of locality. This is what we will be attaching. We will be mapping this column to our SQL Server table, and this will be the desired results. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that you can use this in the future. Refer to this video. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and bye-bye.